Well, psychedelic drugs may have a far-out history, but some in Hawaii are turning to them for therapy.
KITV's Paul Drews reports on how this legal treatment is helping with mental health. It's a story that is all new at 6.
During the pandemic, cleaning and hand washing became important for many. But for Shyla Manny, who was diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder, it became her latest obsession.
Every time I stepped out of the house, came back in, changed clothes. If I went shopping, I would spray my reusable bags with Microban. I would wipe down my keys with like a Clorox wipe if I wasn't going to drive again.
Her obsession didn't end with repetitive physical hygiene habits.
It was excessive not only in the cleaning itself, but the rumination. And so I would often be ruminating about things that had triggered me, that had bothered me.
She says medication helped with irrational thoughts and compulsions, but sometimes she would still be triggered. So she decided to try ketamine therapy, a psychedelic drug that is legally used for treatment in Hawaii.
Antidepressants are said to be non-addictive, but they're hard to get off. And you take them every day, and they cause sort of a blunting of the emotions and the affect. Whereas psychedelic usage, a lot of people don't realize they can feel a lot better just tripping occasionally and not taking a medication every day.
Instead of a daily pill, ketamine is injected, sending the patient on a mental trip where Dr. Cook says they can confront underlying fears and get to the root of their trauma. Research has shown ketamine can even repair key connections in the brain.
Just like a trauma can influence your brain chemistry, for months after a brief trauma, you can have anxiety and insomnia. A very unusual trip experience can affect your mood and reduce anxiety for sometimes months.
Ketamine injections are given at clinics like Cook's Beyond Mental Health, and patients are monitored while they experience changes in sensory perception, mood, and hopefully their cognitive process. For many patients, it can not only reduce symptoms, but even change underlying mindsets. Part of the appeal of ketamine can work much more quickly than typical therapies. And for Shyla, she noticed a difference after 4 treatments.
Ketamine has helped me to bridge out of that, helped me to learn how to feel safe even when I'm not in control, and to be able to trust others. Both of those elements have been incredibly challenging for me.
There's an emphasis on release and surrender. We do a lot of forgiveness work in this clinic too, forgiving your parents. Easier said than done, but it's a lot easier after the ketamine. You can forgive, anybody who's traumatized you, mistreated you, and that always leads to healing.
While ketamine is the only legal psychedelic therapy in Hawaii right now, it may not be for long. Wednesday on KITV4 Island News, we'll show you what other psychedelics the state is looking at as possible additional treatments for those in need. Paul Drews, KITV4 Island News.